Yes, this birdcage again. Welcome to another video. For those of you who've been watching, I purchased this birdcage from Hobby Lobby for my holiday design show. We did a fall arrangement featuring this birdcage. I bought one for myself because I saw that it has the potential to be the backbone of many arrangements throughout the seasons. So I'm going to do sort of a wintry arrangement with this birdcage today. I'm going to show you using a lot of greenery, not a lot of floral materials. You can have a really spectacular arrangement for your home. Now, this birdcage I bought from Hobby Lobby, and it was about $30, half off. Hobby Lobby, you never buy anything their full price, right? And I have not necessarily coordinating. I've had this white crackled glaze urn for many, many years. And some of you may have seen me do my rose arch arrangement in it. I love this vessel. It's really beautiful, classic, but because it's a white crackled glaze, it's not like really stuffy or formal. And so when I bought this birdcage, I was envisioning arrangement in this. And so what I did is build a little platform in here. It's really just a little plastic tray upside down in here to hold the birdcage. See, this is how I envision it, like right here. And we don't have a lot of room to work with, so I just have small pieces of floral foam, really flat pieces. I think about 1 inch thick pieces all around the perimeter, just to give us some mechanics to work with. Now, definitely you could use chicken wire. I have floral foam in here. You can also use like the foam wreaths, but those will not fit in this container, will sit too high. I used the foam wreath at the holiday design show, and I put this on a white cake platter or a cake pedestal, just to kind of mimic this look. But at home, we can use the container, and it's much easier to work with than the floral wreath. And the floral wreath will be out of water, so it won't last as long, whereas this can last really long. So I was out in the garden cutting things and just assessing what needs to be done. It's the middle of the winter. There's not a lot blooming, but I thought a lot of greenery featuring this birdcage would be really beautiful. So let's get started. So what I cut today from the garden are long tendrils of variegated ivy and boxwood. I have a lot of boxwood, but my gardener always keeps it cut, so there's not a lot of pieces to use. So there are some right now, and they're really beautiful. So I cut some boxwood and ivy. I also have some of these, like, I don't know if you call them berries or what, but these are faux silver frosted branches that I also got from Hobby Lobby. And this is just one branch, and it was like, I think, $6 or so. And I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle to this. And then I just have all white flowers here. And we're not going to use a lot of flowers. And I'll show you how, you can use this, do the greenery base, which will last you for a long time, maybe a month or so, with ivy and boxwood. You could change out the flowers, use faux flowers, or even just greenery would be beautiful. Now, I don't know if those of you remember in the 80s and 90s, topiaries were really big. Definitely ivy topiaries. So I don't see it as much anymore. I used to love topiaries and bought lots of topiaries in my day. But that's sort of what inspired me. I was thinking, what can we do? It's almost like a topiary, right? You've got like the form right here. We're not going to cover it, obviously, with ivy, but I am going to use some ivy on here. So I have one long, really beautiful piece here, and I envision it using it kind of entwined around this cage. You really want to work with your prop. Just really, work with the beauty of your prop and really highlight it with your floral materials. So I'm going to put this here in the floral foam, and then I'm going to twine this ivy around. I'm not going to cover the front because I don't want the little birds to get covered. And the nice thing is there's like a little crown thing on top, so that I have it wound around the back in an S curve around the side, and then it ends at the top. And conveniently, there's these little spikes here that'll hold it in place. So I've got this long line, and I think this is really beautiful. And it really works with the shape of your birdcage and emphasizes it. Okay, and then I'm just going to green in. I'm using the ivy and the boxwood because the ivy is kind of sparse. You know, it's more of a vine than a thick greenery. And also, I really love the look of boxwood with the white. I don't know how to explain it, but just kind of do. Okay, so I'm just going to green in almost like a wreath around the arrangement. The boxwood is really nice. The leaves are really dense. There's a lot of fresh growth on there, so it's gorgeous. I have to race my gardener and get to it before he cuts it. Okay, I'm just going to go around almost like a boxwood wreath. I don't know how you like it, but I love boxwood wreaths. I like boxwood wreaths a lot more than evergreen wreaths because you can use it all winter. Whereas, you know, Christmas wreath, you know, made from fir or noble fir, just seems just a little too Christmassy. So, love the boxwood. The boxwood with the white is just so elegant and clean. I mean, I almost think you don't even need flowers in here. You just do greenery. And you can. That's what I mean. It's like almost like a plant with a prop type of thing. This is part of the series of videos I'm doing where I'm showing you really interesting containers and props. And really, I want to inspire you to be on the lookout when you go to Home Goods, Hobby Lobby. I don't know, I even found a really great container at Ross the other day that I'll show you maybe later in the summer. That was like $15. So, you know, just think outside the box. A lot of things can be used for flowers. And you don't have to always be thinking vase, vase, vase. And sometimes when you have interesting props, you need a lot less flowers to create something really dramatic and beautiful for your home. Okay, just finding little pieces here. There are some that less perfect. Okay, I'm just going to take a look at it, make sure we don't have any weird things sticking out. I don't want the boxwood to stick out too much. I want it to kind of be subtle and just be kind of a wreath around it. But I don't mind a few tendrils coming out, especially in the back, to give it a little more dimension. I'll just show you what we have right now. Okay. Because of the way I place this ivy, this is somewhat of a directional arrangement. So I imagine this on like a sideboard or a side table. Now I'm going to put some ivy pieces in here. The reason is I don't want to have a piece of ivy coming out and no ivy around the base. Because you want it to look like it's growing from something, right? You don't want it to come out from nowhere. So I'm going to place some ivy tendrils interspersed with the boxwood. It's kind of a mess because they're all tangled together. So I'm just going to pull them out. Okay. Now the ivy is somewhat directional, so you want to make sure it's not like facing the wrong way and you're just seeing the undersides of the leaves. I'm going to kind of bend it a little bit so that I can hopefully cascade over the container. I could do my little trick that I showed you with the pussy willow. And wire the ivy so that I can place it however, but I think it kind of cascades enough so that I don't need to do that. I'm lazy. Okay, got this piece here. Ivy sure is tough. This ivy grows near my pond in some very harsh environment. It's like in full sun, kind of in the lawn. It's so hot. It's just so tough. Okay, looking pretty good. You know, how many of you actually cut from your garden and use things from your garden for your home? Leave me a comment and let me know, because I'm actually really surprised at how many people I know who are very creative and they have beautiful gardens, but when it comes to flowers, they just think, oh, they have to buy flowers. And I always want to let them know that you don't have to always buy flowers. You can grow a lot of flowers to use. And that's part of why I started these videos, because I really wanted to show, you know, the beautiful roses I grow and then how I use them. And I really want to inspire you to go out there and see the materials in a garden in a different way, and grow things that you can use and use things that you grow. And how some imagination and creativity will give you arrangements that are just not the usual, not the ordinary, and they will make wonderful gifts, and it will make your house stand out. Okay. So let me turn it around so you can see what I have. So it's mostly greened in. I mean, I could even stop now. I think is really pretty already. And you can. And that would be basically almost like a plant. It will last you really probably about a month if you keep it watered, because boxwood and ivy are super long lasting. And then you can always replace it if anything looks bad. So, I mean, just this is really pretty. It's, instead of a plant, you've got greenery and a wonderful prop. But of course, we're going to do a little more than that. Now, I have these like silvery berries. I used them at Christmas time, but I don't think they're overly Christmassy. And I like that they're kind of a champagne-y color. And if you can see, there's sort of like little ice crystals on it. And the best thing about these is it's got that wonderful sinewy line. Now, I'm not sure if I want to use it or not. I'll take a look. If we want to keep it just totally natural, or we want to add a little bit. I don't know, I might want to add a little bit, just a tiny bit. I don't want it to compete with our ivy tendril going up, so I think I'm going to keep it pretty tame. I'm not going to use this very big long piece here. I'm going to just use the two shorter pieces, and that just gives it an interesting little sparkle and a sinewy line. And we have just a little touch of something in here. And then I have a little bit of white flowers here, assorted white flowers. I have white spray roses, some rice flower, white veronica, all very easily available. I bought these at Trader Joe's, and they're all like $3.99, $4.99 for a bunch. And I've used it in other arrangements, but I have some left over. I figure all white and green for this arrangement would be very pretty. I may just do a little bit of the spray roses. These white spray roses are so pretty and so versatile. Love them. Now it's looking almost like a wedding. This would be really great for a wedding too. Maybe you can do something like this for a guest book table, guest sign-in table, something like that. To greet your guests instead of an arrangement, this would be really pretty. Okay. Always kind of stand back and assess your arrangements a little bit. I sometimes get, overzealous and put too much stuff in. Sometimes less is more. Put some in the back so you can kind of see through there. Okay. I love rice flower as a filler. It's got that really pretty kind of cottage garden look to it. It's been so popular. And it's wonderful in bouquets because the texture is so great. You can make a very natural looking bouquet with this, with garden roses, and they come in sort of a pale blush pink too, which is very nice. Sort of gives you the feeling of like Queen Anne's lace, but a little bit of different texture to it. Okay. Maybe one more cluster of roses in front. Okay, just to add to that cluster of roses I have. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use these other flowers. No, I think the Veronica line kind of conflicts with the the ivy. I don't know. What do you think? Some Veronica in here? No, I don't think I want it sticking up so much. Or if I do, I would just remove the silver berries. What do you think? Should we just take out the silver berries? Maybe. This is all part of the design process, right? As I'm doing it, I think, okay, maybe this all white kind of bridal almost looking arrangement is better, and we take out these wintry silver berries. And if we take out these silvery berries, then we could probably use some of the Veronica to set the lines. Whereas I didn't want the Veronica spiky flowers to cross lines with the silvery berries. It's nice when I mess up too, right? You can see the design process. You can see me just kind of working it out as we go. Okay, now we can use some of our Veronica. Okay, there we go. That's pretty, more natural. I think this goes better with this prop, which is it has a gardeny feel to it. Don't want to do too much with a Veronica. Just add that little bit of texture, because I want this center, the birds to be the main focus, and I don't want a lot of competing elements that stick out. Maybe some of this feverfew is so cute. Has a little sprig of feverfew here and there. I'm not a big mum person, but I do like these little feverfew. It's like little button. They're not button mums, but they're a type of feverfew that's really pretty. It smells good. It smells like chamomile tea. Okay. So I really want to focus my designs on things that are accessible, like a lot of these all these flowers I bought from Trader Joe's, and the prop I bought from Hobby Lobby. So you can be inspired to just do some of this on your own and not just show you things that can only be purchased from the flower market, because I know not everyone has access to a flower market, and it's a lot of hassle. Even I don't want to go, especially in the middle of winter. Okay. All right. And I think we are done. I really love this little arrangement. I think it's so romantic and beautiful. And I'm going to put it on my sideboard in my breakfast area in the kitchen. I have an all-white kitchen, as you can see, so I love these all-white arrangements in here. And because we have this crackle glaze and the little slightly distressed ceramic birds, it's a casually elegant, I don't even know what to call it, an arrangement, a plant, a prop, some decor piece. I hope that inspires you to go out and buy something interesting and use flowers with it. You can use silks in this as well. I'm going to show you what it looks like from all angles. This is done as a one-sided arrangement, but you could definitely do it as a two-sided arrangement if you want to use it as centerpiece or in the middle of the island or something like that. But I'm going to put this on my sideboard. So thank you for joining me today. As always, please like and subscribe. Send me a comment. I love hearing from you. I get great advice from you guys. And I will see you in my next video.